What's up? My name is Lamb. This is Lamb Nation back at it again with another great video. On today's video, I am going to show you some ways that you can improve your finances. The way this video came about is just me chopping it up with some coworkers, getting their different ideas, opinions, and their viewpoints on finances. So today I talked to a coworker and he said that he was getting out of debt. And I said, good job. He was like, not all debt, but he's getting out of consumer debt, and that is great. And I said, okay, then what? What are you going to do after you get out of consumer debt? He said he'd probably save a little, he'd probably invest a little. I said, okay, well, what are you saving for? What are you investing for? He said, I don't know. I'll probably just stack up some bread. And I told him, I said, hey, man, I don't know what type of person you are. Well, I kind of do just from working with you the past 2 to 3 months. But it seems like you are a guy who likes to spend money. You talk about buying new cars, new clothes. You talk about going out. He has a family. You might want to take your family on vacation. I said, I feel like if you start to save and invest, that money is going to burn a hole in your pocket. And that's basically the same system that you've been trying to do the past, however many years of your life. So if you if you get out of debt this time and you try to save and invest, do something different. So I said, hey, what do you want to save and invest for? What is the goal? You need a goal, because without a goal, that money will just go to vacations, it'll go to cars, it'll go to the kids or whatever. So you want some kind of goal, that way you can stick with it, that way it feels real, and that way the money isn't just sitting there. It's like, hey, I got 15 grand in the bank. You could be doing something. Or I got 10 grand in the bank. I could be doing something with this money, because some people will see that as a waste of money. So you got to have a goal in mind. So I talked to him. He said his goal was to put a down payment on a house. I said, boom, that's good. That way you get the 15 grand, you got the 20 grand, whatever you need to put a down payment on your house. You already have your goal and you won't be tempted to spend it. And then the thing is, now you say, hey, you want to get out of consumer debt. You do that in 6 months. You do that in a year. And then you say, hey, I want to save up a down payment for a house. I need $20,000. And then you have to know these numbers. So, or roughly these numbers. You say, hey, I need $20,000. I got to save $150 a month. And then the reason you want to do this is because if you only need to save $150,000 or $150 per month to reach your goal, you don't want to be saving $500 a month. That's how people end up breaking budgets. That's how people end up not reaching their goals, because they don't really know what they're aiming for. They don't have a budget. They don't have a goal. They don't have a plan. They don't have a purpose. So they say, hey, what am I doing? And they just forget about it. So you want to have a clear-cut path and a clear-cut goal. So you want to have a reason. So that's like an immediate goal. You want to have immediate short-term goals, medium goals, so 1 to 5 years, 5 to 10 years, and then 10 years plus, right? So if you don't want to get out of debt, and if you don't want to build wealth for your kids, like, I don't know what to tell you. If you don't want to do it for your parents that are getting up there in age, I don't know what to tell you. If you don't want to do it so you can drive a Maserati one day, or you can own a Tesla or whatever in 2050, and I really don't know what to tell you. Only you can figure out that why, on why you want to save, why you might want to save, and then you just got to do it. That got to come from within. So I mean, those are pretty good reasons. So like I said, I work at a shipyard. We run a whole bunch of shipyard workers. So you telling me that you didn't work for 10, 20, 30 years, and then you have kids, and then you build somewhat of a foundation for them, but you didn't build a solid foundation, so now they got to go back and work 10, 20, 30 years. That's 60 years, 100 years. Your grandkids, that's 100 years of you just being workers, when you could have just took small little steps to go above and beyond to set them up on a solid foundation, not not a step stool. We're not talking about a step stool. We're talking about a full foundation, so that way they can be happy in life and they can do what they please as far as work. Like, as people, we all got to work in life. We all have a purpose, but sometimes we don't do the things that we want to do as far as work. So set your kids up, take care of parents, buy the new house, buy the new car. I want a jacuzzi tub. But my other coworker, old man, talking about he want a helicopter pad. You want a helicopter pad with no helicopter? That's what you want to do? Do it. Figure out the goal, and then strategically plan and strategize each month so you can know how much you have to save, how much you have to invest, how many houses you got to flip, how much business you got to do, how much product you got to sell. Figure out the goal and get to it. That way you're not underperforming or underworking yourself, and that way you're not overworking yourself. You might be working 16-hour days, but you only got to work 14-hour days. You might be working 14-hour days, but you only got to work 12-hour days. And then that will give you longevity to keep pushing versus just going hard for 2 to 3 weeks or 2 to 3 months, and then all of a sudden you give up. So you don't want to overexert yourself. You don't want to overextend yourself. So that is the first way you can improve your finances, by just having clear-cut goals and saving and investing with a purpose. Alright, so number 2, and I'm kind of doing these in order. So for 1, you got to know why. And for 2, you cannot just improve your finances. You have to improve every aspect of your life. You can try to only improve your money and get your money up in your finances, but that's a harder way to do it, because a lot of people, they have like bad karma. They have bad things happen in their life. They're like, oh, why is it me? Bad things just happen. It's because you do bad stuff. You want good things to happen, you do good stuff. When good things happen, it causes other good things to happen. So you might have that cousin that you love, and y'all go out and y'all have fun and get into trouble. You might be like, hey, cuz, I still love you, but I got to love you from over there. Then that's one less negative that happened in your life, and you like, how can me hanging out with my cuz got to do with my money? Because then you and your cuz, y'all get into a situation, then you got to end up getting your car towed, and then that's $150 situation, and then you might end up getting arrested, then you got to get bailed out of jail, then y'all go to the club, y'all meet some friends, y'all meet some women, then you spent $200 for drinks at the club. So it's just, positivity breeds positivity. Good things breed good things. So do good things in life. If you got free time, volunteer. So find positive things to do in your life. So let's say if you got free time, volunteer. If you got a family, spend more time with them. You got kids, you got mother, father, sister, brother, spend time with your loved ones. If you got a hobby, dive into that. Not an expensive hobby, but if you got a non-expensive hobby, dive into that. Improve all aspects of your life. Because then, let's say you eating bad food, then you spending money, then you feeling groggy in the morning, then you don't get up for work, then you get fired, then your car messed up. It's just like a whole bunch of bad stuff that can happen just because you're doing bad things. And I mean, I can do a whole bunch of different scenarios. We all know it. It's just, it's a chain reaction versus now you go to the gym, you feel good, you get a good night's sleep, you're more productive at work, they give you a raise, you're making more money, then you see your savings go up, then you want to save more, then you want to invest more, then you don't got time for Netflix because of your job. And then when you at your job, you want to figure out how you get more money. So during breaks, you researching instead of talking to the coworkers that was gossiping and stuff. Now you researching how to get more money. Now you getting more money. Now that money gets you around other people who have connections. And now you quit your job. And now you get a better paying job. Now they put you on. Now you start your own business and stuff like that. And then you go to the gym or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's just, positivity breeds positivity in all aspects of life. It's not just money. You can't improve your money. You gotta improve spiritually, mentally, physically, and then the time, like you said, the time you spending to know God, or the time you getting to be in your spirituality, that's the less time you spend doing bad things. The more time you spend in the gym, the less time you're spending money. The more time you spend with your family, the less time you're spending money. Being with your family and your kids, you don't have to spend a whole bunch of money to do that. It's very contradictory that you say that money matters, or it's very contradictory for you to say that money don't matter, but then everything you do with your family revolves around money. Revolves around, you take your wife or your husband out and y'all go to an expensive meal. You take your kids out, y'all go to an expensive venue, concert or whatever. Like some of the smallest things in life, you talking about the family and the memories and stuff, but everything you do revolves around the materialistic things. Come on, that's a contradiction. That don't even make sense. So how about you do the inexpensive things, sit in the house, watch Netflix, play a board game, go to the park, fly kites, whatever you can, go to the beach, all the inexpensive thing. go to grandma's house. Y'all have movie night. Go to, learn how to cook. Y'all all get together and y'all cook a new meal or something. You know what I'm saying? Something cheap. Everybody put in $5. Cook. Have Sunday dinner. Stuff like that. So you talking about the memories is what make it, but then all of your memories revolve around spending money. No, stack that money up. And then eventually you can start to spend some of that. Then eventually you can have a little bit of lifestyle inflation. Then maybe you in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, you can have a better quality of life. And then your kids and your grandkids can have a way better quality of life. So the next way you can improve your finances is by being accountable or having an accountability partner. This is like having a gym partner. Some people, they find it more fun to go to the gym with a partner, or they just can't find their own motivation to go. They aren't self-motivated, but if somebody else hold them accountable and like, hey man, we were supposed to go to the gym, you'll go. You say, hey man, we were supposed to be saving money. What happened? Hey man, we were supposed to reach XYZ goal. Hey man, we were supposed to invest in this company. You gotta, if you can't hold yourself accountable, get other people to hold you accountable. Whether that be a financial coach, look into that, financial coach, or a life coach, a personal coach, whatever you want to do, whether it's a friend, whether it's a mama, daddy, spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, somebody who is going to hold you accountable, and maybe somebody else who is doing it with you. You know what I'm saying? So, and if you don't trust nobody like that to be all up in your finances, all up in your business, then you just do it within. Or you can just put it on Facebook, or you can do videos like this. Man, I tell everybody at work, I tell everybody on Facebook, I tell everybody on YouTube, I tell people my goals, and like, oh, you don't want to tell people your goals because they can bring negative energy. Nah, it ain't no negative energy around here, because whatever I say is going to happen, it's going to make it happen. And then I'm telling it to you, because if it don't happen, now I'm embarrassed, you know what I'm saying? Now it's like, oh man, Khalid said he was going to do this, I told these people I was going to do this, and I ain't do it. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to deliver. You know what I'm saying? So I tell everybody my goals, and you got to be like that. You got to set these goals, you got to reach them, and then you got to put some kind of accountability towards it, where somebody can tell you when you falling off, somebody can tell you when you ain't on your grind. Facebook, your Facebook memories pop up, and you're like, oh man, dang, I was supposed to buy that house this year. Dang, I was supposed to get out of debt in 6 months. Dang, that was 2 years already. 2 years ain't nothing changed. So definitely have an accountability partner, or just some way to hold yourself accountable. So those are 3 ways you can improve your finances. Like I said, number 1, have a purpose, have a why, have a reason for improving your finances. Have a goal. Number 2, improve in all aspects of life. Start reading books, start working out, start getting in tune spiritually, mentally, start going to therapy, do all of those things, because good things breed other good things. And then number 3, hold yourself accountable, and if you cannot, get others to hold you accountable. So those are the 3 things. You can't tell me if you start doing those 3 things now, you can't tell me your finances won't improve in a year. If you do those 3 things, your finances will go off tremendously. You know what I'm saying? You'll have so much money. You'll be so fulfilled in life, because life isn't about the materialistic thing. Ultimately, that is the end goal, but you don't need it right now, because there's other stuff you can do right now. You can get in the gym, you can work out, you can spend time with friends, family, stuff like that. The little things in life don't even cost money. So all that money you making, stack that bread up. And just you operating off the basics until you can get to that lifestyle that you want to live, and make it sustainable, and make it a perpetual system. So with that being said, please like, share, subscribe, and showing love. Like I said, this episode was inspired by a coworker of mine. I love just hearing y'all stories and what y'all think about money and y'all goals and stuff like that. That helps me make better videos, so that way I can speak on a certain situation. So if you have anything that you want me to comment on and make a video about, or anything you want to explain, please let me know, and I will do so. Thank you for watching.